The city, Granada, is the capital city of the province of Granada, in the autonomous community of Andalusia, Spain. Alhambra. The Alhambra is a palace and fortress complex located in Granada, Andalusia, Spain. It is one of the most famous monuments of Islamic architecture and one of the best preserved palaces in the historic Islamic world. The complex was begun in 1238 by Muhammad ibn al-Ammar, the first Nasrid emir and founder of the Emirate of Granada, the last Muslim state of Al-Andalus. It was built on the Sabika Hill, an outcrop of the Sierra Nevada, which had been the site of earlier fortresses and the 11th century palace of Samuel ibn Nagrla. Later, Nasrid rulers continuously modified the area. The most significant construction campaigns, which gave the royal palaces much of their exemplary character, took place in the 14th century during the reigns of Yusuf I and Muhammad V. After the conclusion of the Christian Reconquista in 1492, the site became the royal court of Ferdinand and Isabella, where Christopher Columbus received royal endorsement for his expedition, and the palaces were partially altered. In 1526, Charles V commissioned a new Renaissance-style palace in direct juxtaposition with the Nasrid palaces, but it was left uncompleted in the early 17th century. After being allowed to fall into disrepair for centuries, with its buildings occupied by squatters, the Alhambra was rediscovered following the defeat of Napoleon I, whose troops destroyed parts of the site. The discoverers were first British intellectuals and then other American and Northern European Romantic travelers. The most influential was Washington Irving, whose Tales of the Alhambra, 1832, brought international attention to the site. The Alhambra was one of the first Islamic monuments to become the object of modern scientific study and has been the subject of numerous restorations since the 19th century. It is now one of Spain's major tourist attractions and a UNESCO World Heritage Site. During the Nasrid era, the Alhambra was a self-contained city separate from the rest of Granada below. It contained most of the amenities of a Muslim town, such as a Friday mosque, hammams, public baths, roads, houses, artisan workshops, a tannery, and a sophisticated water supply system. As a royal city and citadel, it contained at least 6 significant palaces, most located along the northern edge, where they commanded views over the Albaycin Quarter. The most famous and best preserved are the Mexar, the Khmer's Palace, the Palace of the Lions, and the Pardal Palace, which form the main attraction to visitors today. The other palaces are known from historical sources and modern excavations. At the Alhambra's western tip is the Alcazaba fortress. Multiple smaller towers and fortified gates are also located along the Alhambra's walls. Outside the Alhambra walls and situated near the east are the Generalife, a former Nasrid country estate and summer palace accompanied by historic orchards and modern landscaped gardens. The architecture of the Nasrid palaces reflects the tradition of Moorish architecture developed over previous centuries. It is characterized by using the courtyard as a central and basic unit around which other halls and rooms were organized. Courtyards typically had water features at their center, such as a reflective pool or a fountain. The decoration was focused on the inside of the building and was executed primarily with tile mosaics on lower walls and carved stucco on the upper walls. Geometric patterns, vegetal motifs, and Arabic inscriptions were the main types of decorative motifs. Additionally, stalactite-like sculpting, known as muqarnas, was used for three-dimensional features like vaulted ceilings.
Are shared already in the Google Drive documents. We have 3 members for the activity one for the external committee that we would like to have and to involve in the next step of the project, and the 2 of the 3 members came from the Ministry of Citizen Protection. One is the general director there, so we're very happy that we can involve someone from the ministry, and hope that they will continue. And they were very excited for the project and the project purposes and would like to be involved. And regarding the report and the interviews, we had conducted 10 interviews. We
For those online, you should be able to see my screen at the moment. So, as you know, at the end of result 1, we are expecting to have a training framework, or like a training structure, a training module related with the concept of forest fire prevention and self-protection. And this will be the training structure that will then develop on result 2. So it will be the general
concepts. Let me share it. I have to share the screen again. Yes. Those are some documents that we use to get them motivated to be involved to the process. It was helpful for us to release also some certificates to be released to the residents in the rural area. It was helpful for us to reach the right beneficiaries, target group members, to be involved to the process, also collected the consents, necessary ones, and we collected also the all
work against fires. So we have the firefighters, we have the civil protection, but we also have like the forest guard, which is under almost like a police establishment. So we managed to contact them, but they're secret. Like they give you a day and they postpone it. They don't want to do it in person, but they